Welcome to the Foil Life Podcast, where we talk about foiling and the lifestyles of those who enjoy these great sports.
This episode is brought to you by Big Swell from Maui Brewing Company.
Very nice.
It's a good beer, actually. 6.8%. Yeah, it's really quite tasty.
The can looks nice as well.
It's my favorite one from... They've changed the can since I came here 12 years ago. So I was in Maui in 2012, and it was my favorite beer then. And I was able to find it this time. Just the can has changed, but it's still the same great tasting stuff.
Nice.
Whereabouts are you, young man?
I'm in Silvaplana in Switzerland on 1,800 meters over sea level. So that's why I'm in like a big vest. And it started to rain during the night. I thought, I was going to take my camera, my little chair here, and go at the lake. Because usually in the morning it's not windy at all. So I thought it'd be very nice scenery. And now it rained an hour ago. And it's windy and cold, but still okay.
How cold is Silvaplana? It's pretty far north, eh?
Well, it's not that far north. It's just high up. I guess it's about maybe 10 to 12 degrees Celsius at the moment. But it will get warmer. We'll get maybe 20s if the sun comes out.
It's supposed to be an extremely beautiful part of Switzerland.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you should visit, man.
Can try.
But it's going to be different to Hawaii, though.
Yeah, I like it here. It's nice. Like, I was going through my list of things and of things that I like to do in the proximity to your home. And there's quite a bit you can do here. Obviously, it's tropical paradise, but still, like, there's a lot of water stuff you can do daily. You can get into the woods daily. It's not too bad.
Not too bad.
Well, how many episodes are you in now on Matt on Foil? Like up on Foil, sorry.
I think it's 45. Yeah. 45th episode is going to come out on Monday. And it's going to be with Freddie and Liam from the Generic Foiling podcast. So real like a podcast mashup.
No way, and we're having you on now.
It's so
That's
cool.
Awesome.
Because usually I have some questions or some topics I want to address. And with those guys, we went, I think it was a 2-hour episode. And then we just had to say, all right, let's stop it here because we could go on forever. It was so fun.
How are you enjoying podcasting so far? Is it everything that you thought it would be? Is it challenging? Has it been more fun?
The most challenging thing, I think, is figuring out these time zones, really. And because now with you, I think it's 12 hours difference. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's 8:15 p.m. over here.
Yes. So mine is in the AM. But, really, and when I did it with Guile, because I started the podcast with Guile Daniele, and he has a lot to do, so he kind of dropped out for the moment. So it's a little easier because he also is 1 hour, I think, behind me. Yeah. So there again, finding the right time to actually record is the hardest part. But other than that, people are so welcome, and they're really happy to talk to me. And I'm like a basically nobody, just average foiler guy. So it's super cool that they take their time out of their day to talk with me.
Well, you just spent a lot of time in your last video. And so what was it all about?
It was all about pairwings. And I've seen your videos. You've used the pairwing, the Roger, the V1. And I used that as well. But then I saw that there's so many new ones coming out, and I wanted to test and compare them. And I had 8 different brands. No, not 8 different brands. 8 different pairwings out here on the lake for the last 2 weeks. And I just went through every one of them and like see how it reacts, how it feels. And I actually went into the local grocery shop. They have these scales, the super exact scales, and I weighted them on these scales, the whole thing, and then just without the bar and then just the bar. And like, I don't know how it is in Hawaii where you are currently, but when you like weigh bananas, for example, you press a key and then this little sticker comes out and you stick it to the bananas.
Oh,
and
okay.
and I did the same thing. So I waited the para wing, and then like pressed whichever number, and then stuck the weight on the para wing, so I knew how heavy it was. Because you never know if whatever the brand say is correct. So I really wanted to measure it myself.
And do you want to talk
Uh,
about the results on the air?
sure. The thing is, you cannot really say there's a best para wing because it really depends A on your level, B on what you're using it for, and C also your budget. So for
Fair enough.
me, there's so many. I actually out of all these eight, if I would just get one, it would be fine. It would be good to go. They're no bad pair wings. They're just ones that are a little more suited to myself and my level, which is not that great. I would pick either a good V1 BRM Maliko if there was a like someone selling it for a little cheaper, or the new Roger because I've been using the Roger 1 for some times now. And yes, if it's overpowered, you know that it's pretty hard to manage. And the new one is so much easier, but it's still super fast. And I would go for the Maliko V1 if there's someone selling it for cheap, or the new Roger. But that being said, I would take any other Parawing as well. So really, they're all good.
So you went over 8 of them. Do you remember which ones
Yes.
that you tested?
Yes. So I bought the D Wing, the Flow D Wing. That's the only one I bought. They gave me a discount, quite big a discount, and so that's the only one I actually own. Then I have, as I said, the Ensis Roger V2. I
Mm-hmm.
have the Maliko V1. I have the Kanaha, and that one was a little bigger. It's a 4.7. All the other ones are like 4 to 4.3 square meters, and the Kanaha is 4.7, which is actually important because you need it bigger. I didn't know that then. Then I have the Aaron P1. Have you heard of the Aaron?
No, what's that?
Me neither before. It's like I would say an entry level Parawing. It's a little cheaper. It's spelled Aeryn, I think. Aaron P1. And it's actually better than I expected because the canopy is super thick, many bridles. It looks not super nice, but it actually flew quite well. Then I had, let me just think. The North Ranger, of course. Super
Okay.
nice low end grunt. Really pulls you out really well. I had the Ozone Pocket Rocket, which was good, super parrowing. It's a little, I think, um, everyone is hyped about that, and it's okay. It's a good parrowing, but not too special. And then I had the Fly Surfer, the Pow. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I had a chat with Brandon Scheid like this afternoon. That episode's going to be coming out, and he mentioned about the Fly Surfer Pow and that he liked it.
It is super because the guys from Fly Surfer, they make like really good and really good products, and they are usually like on the pro level. And for me it was a little bit too difficult because the bridles, they're over 2 meters. They're 2 meters 15, so you cannot really also take it in with just like one arm length, so you have to go over it again. And also it moves a lot. It's kind of nervous. It's agile, maybe like the Roger, but the longer lines makes it more difficult to maneuver. So for me, it was a bit too difficult, and also pulled a little bit downwards sometimes. But it works. If you have that, then it works. What's super
Is it
interesting was
still
the
the
bar.
vertical bar system?
Yes, but
Yeah.
with the POW, you have an angle in front, and you can really like hold it all the way to the front, which was actually nice. Pretty hard to stow though, because the bar is really super long. But it's a good pairing as well.
Hmm.
It's a little bit too difficult for myself. Was that 8?
Yeah, so we had the Ensis Roger V2, the
Yeah,
Kanaha, the Maliko, the D
yeah,
Wing, the
yeah,
Aaron P1, the North
yeah,
Ranger, the Ozone
yeah,
Pocket Rocket, and then the
yeah.
Fly Surfer Pow.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Have you ridden the Ensis Roger V1? You said you did, right?
Yes, that's the only one I've ridden before, and not many times. Maybe like 4 or 5 times. And honestly, also that if it's the only pairwing you have, it's a good pairwing.
Mm-hmm. I had no problems with the Roger. It was super grunty. It was powerful. The D-Power, they did what they could with their V1. But I was impressed with how it went upwind. But what do you say the changes were for the V2?
It's so much more stable. Really, you can take the bar all the way to the front, and even more. You can also like go a little bit up the lines, and it stays stable. No flapping of anything. It's just super stable. What I think with the Roger though, because it pulls a lot. I mean,
Yes.
it pulls a lot. It's fast, but it pulls a lot. So I had to put the harness on, and with the harness, then it's super easy. It's really cool, and it's more maneuverable. It's more agile than many other Parawings, and I really like that. It's easy to jibe and didn't tack though.
How's the D-Power on it? Did they figure that out a little bit for their V2?
Yeah, as I said, you can really like hold it in the front, and it stays stable, and it depowers in the back, but no flapping. Yeah, it's really good. It's a huge difference. And they have this line. I don't know. It's kind of a trim line, probably, where you can like move the B line closer to the A lines, and it changes like the form of the Parawing. Didn't have to do that here, but you can. They have like this little dynamo with some knots, and you can adjust that. Not on the water, well, on the water, but not while riding. But you could do that, and it'll give it another form as well.
Oh, that's cool, actually. We got Rudy here, who has Ensis on the island in Maui. I just saw him in Paia, and he did mention that I should try the F1. I believe F1 just came out with one.
The frigate.
That's it. He said go over to High Tech and go check that out and try one. Apparently it's pretty decent. But Ensis Roger V2, you give it a thumbs up. Way better D-Power than the V1. Now the Maliko and the Kanaha, those are still their V1s, or did they come out with something newer?
Well, the Maliko was the V1, but the Kanaha is the V2. They have like 3 different V2s for different modes of riding, I'd say. And the Kanaha is the one that was made for going upwind. So that should be the one that goes upwind the easiest. And as I said, you probably need it a little bigger than you would take another one. Like with the North Ranger, you can go half a square meter or even a square meter lower than other ones because it has that low end grunt. It doesn't go upwind that well, but it really gets you on foil. And the Kanaha is the other way around. It gets upwind super fast, but with the thin profile, you really have to take it bigger.
Oh, interesting. So the Ranger is a pretty good, like, do you find the Ranger has better low end than a lot of the other ones?
Yes. Plus, you can really yank at it. You can really pull that in. You can pump it really well, and it stays up. Because you have these other ones, I'm not sure if I should like tell you which brands because it might be
That's fine.
bad for them.
We don't want to,
But there's some that when you pull, it's got this. I called it harmonica effect because it squishes it together and then gets out again.
Yeah.
You have that with the Maliko a bit as well. The BRMs are not that well pumpable. Also the Nash Morph. I'm gonna say the name anyway. People,
all right, let's do it.
Might want to know. So those ones, they're not very well pumpable, but the North really is. Like the North you can really pull in and it gets you on foil really quick. And it's also super easy. Like for my level, it's really good. Easily turnable, and compared to some other ones, if you take it in, and I usually take it in from the front lines and then all the lines together, I like tilt the bar, then the whole canopy is gonna go gonna come in. There's some that you pull in. Yes, there's some that you pull in and there's still like 20-30 centimeters of canopy out in the wind where it can like pull you a little bit, and the North really you pull it in and it's gone, which is super cool.
All right, Mike Raper, you're hearing it firsthand. Best product review ever.
Plus,
up on foil, buddy.
Yeah, if you talk to him again, the backpack is phenomenal.
Huh. Okay, good to know. Because it makes sense, right? You're going out. It's not like it has the wind range of a wing, for example. Because I can carry, let's say, a 3 meter, or here in the summertime, I'm on a 2.5. So you can carry like a 3 meter from about 17 all the way up to 35, right? Like it's a massive wind range, especially for me
Yep.
because I'm light and I can pump well and whatever. So like as soon as I see some water getting a bit darker with some caps coming in, I'm fine on a 3. But with this Parawing wind range is significantly smaller.
Definitely.
I would say 5 to 8 knots, maybe 10 at the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then it's getting dangerous. So like, but now with a backpack, you can carry a 3, you can carry a 4, you can carry a 5. Like, is that where you find the significance of this backpack allows you to do?
Not only because there are other brands with pouches as well, and usually
Mhm.
when I go, well, if I see people downwinding, mostly in Switzerland, they bring 2 or maybe even 3 Parawings with them all the time. But
Yeah.
the difference from the backpack to the pouch is really, or at least the ones that I've used the Ozone and the BRM pouch. The Ozone, the water just stays in, and if I fall in, and I fall in sometimes, then you have this heavy pouch on your hip. But if you have it in the backpack, you don't really feel it because it's closer to your body. It's really, the water gets away really easily. So that's super good. The BRM though, I almost lost the Kanaha.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I rode with 3 different Parawings because I wanted to test it and switch it up on the water. And then I
Yep.
fell in, I breached and fell in. And then I got back on the board, like, oh, there's my Kanaha. Ooh, I have to get it because it just got out of the pouch, which is terrible. And the one in the
Oh,
backpack
shit.
obviously stayed. Yeah.
Have you tried that North stash pouch?
No, I just have the backpack.
The guy.
I didn't even know they had one.
Yes, they do. I'm sorry, I forgot his name right now. From Puerto Rico, the guy who I think runs the X-Files podcast. He's also a shop dealer, and he had a really good review of that belt.
Oh, yeah. I think I've seen some of his videos. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have North on soon to talk about it because I want like a product overview of it to understand because it is significantly better. They were saying. What about what about safety leash versus unsafety leash, like hooking up to it? Because I know the Roger has a really nice safety system, which I actually really enjoyed. But a lot of the other ones do not, right?
Yes, but do you put a leash at this little thing?
Yeah, so what I did with the Roger V1 is I had my harness hooked up to my wing belt, which stayed out of the way, and then I had a windsurfing harness monoline attached to my bar, and that hooked up there as well. And if I hooked up the safety leash low enough, like onto my hip, on my left hip or my right hip, it stayed out of the lines and it was perfectly fine. But that allowed me to get up on my board when the Parawing was in a depowered position. So I would get on my board, pull my safety leash in, power the Parawing up at that point, and then get going. It was so much easier on the arms, so much easier on the shoulders, and the Parawing would just sit there and bob because it was powered. So I was just curious if any of the other ones, let's say the BRMs, the D-Wing, the Aaron, the North, the Ozone, the Fly Surfer, the Nash, if they had built those things in, or if it was just
it's
the
really
old Roger that did it.
Yes.
Hey, Dave West.
You know what? It's funny. I have had a few Dave West moments when I was out because the wind was on the lower end of the spectrum, and I was really working hard. And yeah, I love that guy.
Dave
anyway,
just
I think
crushed the races here in Maui. It was I finally got to meet him in person. Such a
Nice.
sweet kid. Yeah, awesome guy, and it was super fun to hang out with those boys from Australia. But anyways, continue.
Where was I? Oh yeah, the safety thing. I don't even know what they call it. I don't think they are allowed to call it safety due to like juristical. No, how do you call that? Legal
really?
reasons. But it's like this deep power. You pull that line and it just like collapses.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's the only one, really. But honestly, I don't use it.
Really?
No, like taking it in, session away. I just go through the front lines, and a safety leash. I don't put a safety leash on, just because I don't want to have anything in my way. The harness, yes, especially with the Roger, but that's it.
Oh, really? Yeah. See, I don't like thinking about falling and holding on to something because that's how I took the board to the face.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I just the Roger flew away a couple of times, not here, but like the V1, and it
Yeah.
didn't drown. And here the
Hmm.
Maliko fell in, and it didn't drown. The Pow though kind of went under. But it really depends. Here we don't have waves, so if you have a lot of waves, it kind of pulls you down. But I'm not sure I would like prefer like a safety leash because it would pull you down with it, wouldn't it?
I didn't have any problems with it in Mexico, but let's say here in Hawaii, we're getting 35 to 40 knots, and it's like some decent wind swell and some. I would obviously stay out of the waves because that'd be too nasty. But I don't know. Yeah, a bunch of people didn't have a problem with it. But yeah, it is kind of nice to have, I think. It's just that little bit of safety thing. So what did you think about the ozone pocket rocket then? Overall, pretty decent. It flies upwind, right?
Yes, flies upwind. It's a good pairing. It's a very good pairing actually. Um, what it lacks a bit compared to the other ones is like the low end doesn't
All
have that
right.
much grunt, but once you're up, it's really good. It goes upwind. It's maneuverable. It's really good. Yeah, just take a little bit
Hmm.
bigger than you would a North, or maybe even a Roger. But if I'm not mistaken, it's 4.3 anyway. It's bigger than the other ones already.
Oh, fascinating.
Not sure
Okay.
though.
So overall, you can pretty much stick to your favorite brand. There isn't one that stands out crazy over the others.
Yeah, I'd say so. Is But it also depends like on your level. Really, if you're a
Hmm.
beginner, go with either the North or the Maliko, I would say. They're just so easy to handle. It's plug and play, really.
All
Yeah.
right. And if you're intermediate and you're looking at just doing some nice cruisy downwinders, then what would you go with?
Then yeah, honestly, you can
Anything?
take yeah, I say so. Yeah, really.
Fair enough.
The
Any highlights of the Nash Morph?
if it's really windy and I had some and it's puffy, if the wind changes a lot, then the Nash is actually quite good because it's got this pulley system which changes the form of the pairwing. And as I didn't have that much wind here, the low end was really not there, and it's hard to even keep it flying. But once you're up, then it's really a smooth ride. A puff comes in, and you just it doesn't work itself. It really gets you through that puff. So that's really good. It goes upwind as well, um, but you need a lot of wind for that. I would say it's a strong wind pairwing.
All right. So that wins the strong wind pairwing category.
I'm not sure if it wins it, but it's good at it. Yeah,
It's good at it. All right. So beginners, we're going with the Maliko.
I
No,
would say so. The North and the
Maliko and the
Maliko.
North and the
Yeah.
Maliko. All right. For going upwind, we're looking at the pocket rocket.
Well, the Kanaha goes upwind super well.
All right. Kanaha, pocket rocket,
But also,
Roger 2.
also the Roger goes upwind very well and
Okay.
fast with the
Fly Surfer
harness,
Pow.
really with the harness, and
Yeah.
the POW as well goes upwind. Yeah,
Really? What about the Nash?
yeah. The Nash goes upwind as well, but as I said, you really need enough
You
wind.
need powered. All right.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So we got our upwind genies, our beginner genies. What's
Beginner
left?
upwind.
What about stow and go? You were saying the POW is a little bit harder to stow because it's longer lines.
Yeah, I think it's the hardest. But
Mm.
the good ones, the pros, they can do that. But I've heard that a lot of
They
like
can do anything.
pros, they shorten the lines of the POW. I
On
just
their
used it out of the
videos.
box.
Oh
I'm not sure if
shit!
there are videos, but I've seen people talk about it, like shortening the lines. Going downwind, really, the north. I would take the north if it's just for going downwind, because you can take that small of a pair wing, you just flip, and it gets you out, and you stow it away. But honestly, you can take anything there. You just need to be big enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Is your video out now? Shall we
Yes,
add
I
it?
like during the night it exported, and then I uploaded. I like set the alarm to upload it because I really wanted to get it out today. It's out now. Yeah.
All right, so let's go over to your YouTube channel here for folks that are just on audio. Actually, this is going to be an audio-only interview. We're going to go videos over here. Which is the best parawing? The Big Parawing Comparison, a buyer's guide. 34 minutes, man.
Yeah, it is long.
Shit, that is long. And we are at Matt on Foil at Matt on Foil on YouTube. So make sure to go check out his channel. Give it a follow. Subscribe, as Frank would say. And 34 minutes, so it walks you through absolutely all those parawings.
Exactly, and I'm gonna mention in the video, or I mentioned in the video, that there are so many numbers, and I don't go through all the numbers all the time. I really try to stay short. But on the website www.uponfoil.com, and you have to put in the W. Don't know why. Anyway, there are all the numbers. It's usually the website of my podcast, but I have this parawing comparison little page on it, and there you have all the numbers, because I weighted everything. I measured all the lines, the bars. There are pictures of the pouches they come with, and I gave them a little grade in different categories. So if you're more
you're a
into
teacher,
reading, yeah.
Yeah. My friend John that lives up in northern Canada would love this this distribution of information right here. All right, cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and actually, Schnitty, the guy who gave me the North to try, he said, "Can you also measure the thickness of the front of the parawing?" And he showed me how to measure, and I like the how do you call that? The leading edge, the thickness of the leading edge. I measured that as well because he thought, oh, it's super interesting. So that's on there as well.
What do you think gives the North Ranger such a low end? Is it those little D-wings that they designed? Is it just the way the bridles are set up?
Look, honestly, I'm not sure. I have a sailing background, and there we had to trim the sails, obviously. I think because it's pretty, it's got this volume in the canopy, and I think that's part of it. But honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not really not a wing designer, but I think that might be something. Or at least when I look back at sailing, when there was a lot of waves, or when people were too heavy for the boat, they trimmed the sail with a more rounded sail. If you were lighter and you want to go faster, you trimmed it flatter. So that's why I think the leading edge, the thickness of the leading edge is important. But yeah, let people comment and correct us.
All right, everybody. So go check out his video and let us know what you guys think about this very good parawing comparison. Also check out www.uponfoil.com for his parawing comparison. How many episodes are you at right now? Let's just check out that as well while we're here.
Yes, I think 44.
44. Well done,
the last
my
one
friend.
was with Gav at Hydrofoil. Was he on your show as well?
No, we haven't had him on yet. No.
Because he's kind of do you know him? Have you seen some of his videos?
No, not yet.
He's so cool. He maybe 2 years ago, he started his YouTube channel, and he's a rescue helicopter pilot, which already that is super interesting. And everything he earns with his YouTube channel, he gives to a children's hospice in Sydney.
Really?
Really cool. And he is a paddle, a sub foil downwinder, and kind of parawing expert, I'd say, because he tested everything and did deep dive reviews on everything, which is really cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good for
interesting
him.
Guy.
Cool. So you're in Silvaplana for how long?
I'm here for another maybe 3 days. I will have been up here 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be back in, I think, September for a week, because my eldest son, he sails Optimist, and there's gonna be the Swiss Championship up here, which is super cool. So I can come back here and do some winging and parawinging while he is sailing. So that's cool.
No, but I have a couple friends that run camps up there, Charles Dasher and his partner Ladina, and I think they got something coming up in November. I could be wrong, but I think it's around November.
But not up here.
Yeah, in Silvaplana. Yeah.
In Silvaplana? Ooh, it's gonna be snowy.
Okay, maybe it's another time of year. Who knows?
Because usually in winter and November, I would say, yeah, pretty close to winter, the lakes they freeze.
Oh
And
yeah, they
if
could
it's
be
no
right.
snow on there, they go ice skating on the lakes and like skating with the wing as well and the kite. And then when it snows, you can actually like cross country ski over the lakes. And they also like do snow kiting on the lakes.
All right, season. Let's see if they have it advertised.
They should.
Swiss Alps. We'd love to take a break in the Swiss Alps. They posted something in October of last year. It was like late October. Anyways, I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Charles. We're supposed to catch up this week. But anyways,
Yeah.
it was nice to talk with you. Cool little place to go for a family holiday. So when are you guys coming
It
to
is.
Hawaii?
Honestly, I'm trying to not fly anymore. Uh, People are going all over the place all the time, and you can't, obviously. I try not to. I have three kids, which is already a big impact on the environment. So I try to really not fly and go. Just there's so many beautiful places. People come from all over the world to Switzerland to see how it is here.
True.
Why should I go all over the place to see something else? Of course. I mean, it looks amazing. And I've done my fair share of travels when I was younger. So I'm really trying to cut that back and stay in the area, really.
It
Yeah.
helps a pocketbook too if you're five.
You know, Honestly, it depends because it's so expensive here in Switzerland, everything. So
Is it?
even
Yeah.
if you just take the train to somewhere, it's yeah, it's expensive as well. But you know what you can do. So
What
it's
can you
just
do?
what it is.
All right,
But
my friend. Hey, I
yeah,
hope
go ahead.
you. I said I hope you enjoy your holiday and you get some. How the wind's been? Has it been pretty good?
It's been not that great. I have had like maybe 4 or 5 days where I didn't do anything. But that's the great thing about dock starting. You
Oh
can really
yeah.
always go pump foiling, and that's probably the thing I do most. Have you been pump foiling?
We don't pump foil in Hawaii.
No, but I've seen you using the dock starter once. Did you?
I I tried at AWSI last year, and I'm just never in a place that is conducive to doing that. So I haven't. 'Cause I've been in Maui for 4 months this year, and I'll be in Vancouver Island for the month of August, which is just high wind,
Yeah.
and then back in Canada for September and October, and I might try to go see King of the Air in November. We'll see if I can organize that. So no, I haven't, but I know that it's pretty massive. SFT is growing, which is super cool, and there's some really good ducks. I just don't have the equipment yet.
Yeah, plus you don't really need it. But a couple of months ago, the guys from Code came over. Ben and Marcus Tardrew and Josh Koo came over,
Oh,
and
nice.
they did some dock starting, and it was the first time for them dock starting, which was quite cool. They you know they were quite scared at first to like launch a board and jump on it, but you saw as soon as they got it, they had the speed. They were amazing foilers, and they're amazing. Have you met them as well in Hawaii?
I saw
I think
Josh
Josh is
Koo.
over.
Yeah, Josh is over. He's doing the races. I met him at Safeway the other day. He's going to come on the show soon and talk about his crossing that he did in
Yeah,
Bali, which is going to be pretty cool. And I met a lot of other guys at the Patalamua, which we just had, which was really special. So that was cool.
so cool. Who'd you meet? Like, have you met people you had on the show?
Who else did we meet? Well, it was Dave West and his crew from Oz. Gwen's over,
Ah, yeah.
and so that was kind of cool to hang out with him. And Robert Stellick, obviously from Oahu. Some other of my friends from Maui, which I hadn't seen in a while. We got Steve Tobis that was there as well. We got some instructors that work with Alan Cadiz and his wife that were there. And we got Jenna, who was riding for On Kiteboarding. She was over, and a whole bunch of other people. The whole army and his home Armstrong crew was there. Axis was there, so I saw Adrian again. And it was just kind of cool to see everybody. They're all hopping over to do their Maui to Molokai this weekend. And just
Nice.
to give a little shout out to Logan of KT Foiling. He's going to be doing that race, representing. And so we'll see how he does there. But Marley crushed it. he came second by 4 seconds because he got caught up in the lines when he was running at the beach. And,
oh no!
But he should have, obviously, we'll say he should have won. An amazing little athlete, that guy. Such a nice person as well. So he's going to hopefully win the... he was pair-winging it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they in different categories?
Yeah, so there was like 4 or 5 or 6 different categories. So there was like the SUP foiling, then there was pair wing, which is its own, then wing foiling, windsurf, and then you had some different canoe kind of kayak sort of situations. So there's a whole bunch of different divisions. And we'll just see how the Maui to Molokai goes. I think it's Friday. So hopefully there's enough wind and the conditions are good, because apparently it's a really epic channel crossing. Plus it's a downwinder and you follow all the way along Molokai, which is supposed to be really special. It's a little bit longer. I think it takes a lot longer than this one. But this one, for anybody who hasn't done the Maliko, the coastline it can be a little bit treacherous. You can come in at certain spots along the coast, but it's such a beautiful, it's immensely beautiful run. It's really, really cool. Yeah, and then when you drive along anywhere along the coastline of the North Shore, you can say, I've been there in the ocean. I've been there. I've been there. So it's pretty neat.
Do you always see people outside as well when you drive along the coast?
Well, on North Shore, you're always going to see surfers at Ho'okipa. You'll see people like in Paia Bay or Baldwin. And like all the beaches, normally you'll have a lot of people out all the time. They're either walking, they're either surfing, kiting, whatever it is. It's a very outdoor, fairly North Shore. So you kind of have that nice little feel and vibe up here. And it's cruisy. It's small towns. But you can kind of get into the mountains a little bit. Like one of my favorite places on the island is near the lavender farm, near Poli Poli, and it looks a lot like what you're looking at. So it gets more country-ish, and there's beautiful fields and farms and stuff up there, so you can kind of see an overview of the whole island. And I just sent some friends over there to check it out. So overall, there's so many beautiful places in the entire world. I think we just got to be fortunate and thankful that we're not in a country that's war-torn or something else that's going on.
Definitely, 100%. Such a privilege.
Yeah.
When I look back here, the wind actually stopped. Can you see it?
Yeah.
It should change, because here usually in the morning is no wind, and then in the afternoon it comes from the south, and it should actually come. But if it's cloudy like that, it's probably nothing. Oh, you know what was funny? I was just doing that starting shot of the video. I had the kids from a sailing camp holding parawings and plume and whatnot. One kid actually operating the drone. And you know who came along? Balds. Radiculo Balds really came along. It's like, oh, so cool. And he just took a few parawings, went out, make a few turns, and came back. It's so cool. He's always up here as well.
Awesome. Yeah. Balls is a good kid. Yeah, that's awesome.
Amazing.
Well, hey, man, hope you enjoy the rest of your holiday. Thanks for coming on and giving us a highlight and an overview of your video that's out right now. So everybody, make sure to go check out that video. Yeah, man, nice to chat with you. Nice to see you again.
You too, man. Hope to see you around.
Sounds good. All right, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye.